Real quick before we begin this video, I don't have a powerful enough PC in order to record and play this game at the exact same time at a quality that is standard. So for all the footage you're seeing in this video, you're going to see promotional videos put out by Hoyoverse. Hope that clears the air. Enjoy!
Alright, let's go!
So, Honkai Star Rail. This game certainly came out pretty recently. As in, today recently. Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. And so I am here to talk about my first impressions with the game, going completely off the cuff, and just talking what I like and what I didn't like, and looking forward to playing the game some more. I do have notes, but they are very, very loose, I will tell you that much. But yeah, let's not waste any time and let's get straight into things. So pretty much, compared to its contemporaries in Honkai Impact 3rd and Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail is a very different case compared to the other games that Hoyoverse has put out in the past. Being its most recent production, of course it's going to have a lot of different hype, and I actually was excited for this game. Yeah, legitimately. It has a very unique art style, its combat system looked pretty engaging. Despite not actually being an action RPG this time, it's a regular turn-based RPG. Not unlike your Personas, or your Final Fantasies, or your Shin Megami Tenseis. Even still, I found myself gravitating towards it, and of course, the character designs were top-notch as ever, because the Hoyoverse art team, the Hoyoverse art team is filled with extreme talent, and yeah, of course I was going to be dragged into it, of course I would. And I actually played the game whenever it first came out. Yeah, I was actually there for the game's launch, and yeah, I gotta say, I enjoyed myself. Granted, of course, it wasn't anything too spectacular. I mean, like, I wouldn't say this is better than games like Persona 5 Royal or any of the other Persona games for that matter. But even still, that's a high bar to climb. Especially considering that P5R is one of my favorite games of all time, so, yeah. But even still, like, it's still a really good game, and I want to talk about it here today, just to get my first impressions out. Also, by the way, this video is not sponsored, but Hoyoverse, if you ever want to sponsor me and, help me get a good enough PC to actually record this stuff, I'm open. I could be a corporate shill for you. Anyway, enough preamble. Let's talk about the game itself now. Even though I had to play the game on low graphics settings in order to actually get it to run properly, I still think it looks pretty good, all things considered. And if you have a more powerful PC, this game is gorgeous. I always was a fan of big space-themed locations and games, and while a space station vibe can get a little stale after a while, I have to admit that the backgrounds used were beautiful. Especially when it came to the different towns in the game. There's lots to explore and a lot to experience. The game just straight up looks amazing. Honestly, when it comes to the outdoor sections, I think it might look better than Genshin in that regard. Which, given that this game came out in 2023 and that came out in 2020, I think that's a good thing. The art direction in this game, it's really strong. And I legitimately think that, like, at least compared to Genshin's art direction, at least when it came to the starting areas, it's a lot stronger. Granted, Inazuma and Sumeru come close in some regard, but for Monsen and Liyue, oh, there's no contest. Star Rail is the better looking game, at least when it came to starting out. And I can't wait to see what more they're going to do with the art direction as updates get added to this game, and what new things are going to be added. It legitimately looks good right now, and I think it's going to be even better as updates come along, which is great. Anyway, let's get into the gameplay. It's a lot like a dungeon crawling RPG. Not unlike something that you would see in a Persona game. Wow, that's going to be the very point of comparison I'm going to make a lot here. And much like Genshin, there are different elements that every character has, though unlike that game, elemental affinities don't really play a part into elemental reactions. Instead, you're going to be working with a very simple weakness system. And honestly, I feel like in the case of a turn-based RPG, that works better, because you're not having to worry about applying Hydro or applying Electro. No, you don't have to apply anything. All you gotta do is just hit them with the attack, that you think is good, and bada bing bada boom, that is a game. Combat is very simplistic, yes, but it does have a lot of mechanical depth that you wouldn't normally find in like any other free-to-play RPG. It's legitimately really fun. Like, yeah, I'm actually really enjoying myself with this game. Even though I've only played like a few hours of it so far, I want to go back and I want to go play more because, yeah, even despite the fact that this game is a gacha, you know, it's supposed to make you addicted to it. It's a legitimately good game, and I feel like you could just ignore the gacha, just don't even worry about it at all. So there you go. The sound design is incredible. The whole vibe, the futuristic vibe that the game goes for is amazing. I love the new character designs that are in this game, especially considering that like a lot of them are actually based on the original Honkai Impact, which are kind of like alternate versions, at least according to the Star Rail wiki, which is very interesting to think about. I never played Honkai Impact 3rd, so I don't really know a lot of these characters, so I'm basically going off of hearsay information that I've seen from other people who played the game, or just things that I've seen on Hoyoverse's official page. But even still, it's interesting to think about that alternate versions of characters in that game are here in this one as well. It's super cool. And honestly, speaking of the gacha, might also add, it's a lot better than Genshin's. And it actually gives you a reason to not only do novice wishes, but also to do standard wishes, or in this game, warps. Every 300 standard pools, you get to choose a 5-star of your choice on standard. Well, yes, it seems expensive, and yes it is. At least at this point in time, Star Rail passes are being handed out like they're candy. So yeah, if there's ever a time that you want to get into the game, I think it'd be right now. So when the game is fresh in everybody's mind, and you know, you get the most out of it. It feels like a lot of what Hoyoverse did for Star Rail is taking the criticisms of Honkai Impact 3rd and Genshin Impact and, you know, addressing them with this game. So much so that I wish Genshin would actually take some things from Star Rail and implement it when it comes to Fontaine update. That'd be great. Fantastic even. Like, you know, being able to buy 5-star weapons from the shops, you know, the whole wishing system just being a whole lot better compared to Genshin's. There's just a lot more that goes into Star Rail that I feel like makes it somewhat of a better game than Genshin is. Granted, of course, they are two entirely different genres. Genshin is an open-world action-adventure game, while Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based RPG. Even still, I think I actually have my preference, at least for right now. It's something fresh, it's something new. And while yes, Genshin is a great game, despite its problems, I think as of right now, I prefer Star Rail because I actually do prefer turn-based RPGs rather than open-world games. The grind doesn't seem to be nearly as heavy as Genshin is, and again, I hope Genshin takes from Star Rail because I feel like it would learn a lot from its younger sibling. So yeah, I think that the game is very much worth playing. For me, it's a solid 7 out of 10 right now. Also, the joke about the metaverse initially made me physically cringe, but then I heard the punchline and yeah, it made me laugh. These writers knew what they were doing. A lot better than Genshin's writers, I'll be honest. But yeah, that's my short little unscripted thoughts about Honkai Star Rail. I think the game is worth a try, especially now since the game is fresh in everybody's minds. Warps are being handed out like they're candy. A lot of different rewards are going in. The game is completely fresh. It's free to play. I recommend it wholeheartedly. And even if I was to be sponsored, I still would be saying this stuff legitimately. I enjoy Honkai Star Rail, and I think it's worth a play. Those are my short thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching, and now to slave away back at the write-in video again. Till next we meet, bye-bye! Before we embark on our separate ways for today, I wish to give thanks to the people who help support me financially by buying a sub on Twitch or who are gifted a sub. From top to bottom, I am here to thank Melosony12, Sabian Black, Noble Bull, Zero Dromus, and Luna7823. And if you too would like a shout out at the end of all these videos or would like to request a swirly cast of your very own, then head on over to my Twitch page and buy a sub of any tier. But of course, only if you are willing and able. Thanks for watching!